going on, people? Myke C-Town here with another episode of You've Seen It. This week I'm going to be talking about the second episode of Fear the Walking Dead, entitled So Close Yet So Far. For those of you that are curious, don't worry, I will still be doing the movie reviews like I started to do with this series. It's just right now I'm kind of hooked on this Walking Dead shit. So let's get into it. Right out the gate, so many people are annoying the shit out of me, okay? Mainly and primarily Alicia. Alicia is annoying the fuck out of me. Her shitty ass attitude, not listening to her parents. You know, they told her to stay away from Matt. She doesn't listen. They tell her to go outside. No, what's wrong with you? She's just arguing like a little annoying fucking brat. I was actually hoping that Matt would turn and then bite the living shit out of her annoying ass. Then she tries to leave and go back to Matt's house while her big brother is basically fucking dying on the goddamn couch. And oh no, one inconvenience, Nick starts convulsing and she starts saying, "No, why are you doing this to me? Why right now? Just fucking die." Liza, Travis's annoying ass wife. I'm not sure why when he called her he didn't just tell her, like, yo, there's some crazy shit going on and I need to figure out where the hell Chris is. I don't know why he didn't just tell her that over the phone, but her shitty ass, nah, you can't come over attitude was annoying the piss out of me too. Yeah, I don't care if you die. Travis's son. I hate him more this episode than I did last episode. I always thought he was a whiny little bitch, but this episode, I kind of need him dead too. And not just because he's annoying. No. Because of this. Did you catch that? Let me show you again. Anyone that runs like that deserves to get eaten by a fucking zombie. Twice over. I mean, if he runs all fucked up like that, imagine what he's gonna look like when he walks around as a goddamn zombie. That's gonna be really entertaining for me. I'll say I'm kind of glad that Matt, the bitch ass dude from The Wire, seems like he's about to die. We're not really sure yet, but you know, we're pretty sure. And even though he didn't annoy me enough for me to really be happy with the suspected slow death that they're giving him. And fuck guys, I feel like I'd be remiss not to mention this, but can we discuss the deaths we've seen so far with this show? So let's see, you have Calvin, you have Matt, and you have the principal, Artie. And anyone want to guess what they all have in common? Right. Come on, Walking Dead. Like, you guys have been getting enough shit with your weird treatment of race on your show, so you think it's about time for you to start breaking that cycle just a little bit. It's almost becoming a really bad fucking joke. But I'm not going to dwell on that. So while we're talking about people, let's talk about Tobias. Is he some kind of fucking clairvoyant or some shit? Like how does he know everything that's going to happen? You know, he seems to be the only person that's not truly bugged out about what's going on. So what the fuck is his story? I actually find him really interesting. I hope they don't kill him off anytime soon or just kind of like ignore him or have him vanish for like 3 seasons and maybe come back later like Morgan did. I think there's something really interesting here going on with Tobias, so I really hope that they flesh this story out. Even though I'm not really sure why he brought his ass all the way back to the school to get food and that stupid fucking knife, and then he ended up leaving all the food there. Like, come on, what happened there? The dynamic between Nick and Madison is starting to get pretty interesting to me. The drug addict's son who's going through a forced detox, which can be really bad for people that don't know much about drug use. And the mom who'll do anything to make sure that he's okay. You know, I still think Nick is a pretty intriguing character, and while Madison still annoys me a bit, I think I kind of want her to live for at least a few more episodes. So, I mean, that's something, right? I thought the scene with the protest was a bit hokey. You know, whoever wrote the dialogue there needs some real help. You know, we're not leaving! Nah, dog, leave your camera going! That shit was really weak. You know, it sounded extremely forced, and it was still a good idea to throw that in there to show how things really break out, but we need some better writing if you're gonna include parts like this. By the way, the person that really got the party started, the one that really got the riot going, Raver Zombie, she was kind of tight. I'm just saying, don't try to act like I'm alone in this with the cool multicolored dreads and that little slow walk, the little belly shirt, bruh. Come on now. the right kind of sauce, we can get this shit going on and on to the break of dawn. The break of dawn of the dead. I was feeling Ophelia too, bruh. She was sexy as hell. I don't know what it was, but see, dude, this is why I couldn't be in the zombie apocalypse. The only thing I'd be doing is like eating as many chicken wings as humanly possible, because, you know, I actually have a valid excuse to do so, because it's just not feasible to be vegan in the zombie apocalypse. And, you know, I'd probably stay drunk than a mug, because, I mean, you know, for obvious reasons. I mean, what else are you gonna do? And the most important thing I'd be doing is I'd be running through every fine-ass chick that I could possibly find. Or shit, even decent-looking chick. I mean, I'm not the hottest dude on the block. I know this. And in the zombie apocalypse, your options are a lot lower. So if I'm like a decent to lower 6 by today's standards, I'd be at least a mid-range 8 or 9 in the zombie apocalypse, right? Like a Boris Kojo at the very least. I'm thinking. Anyway, the zombies. So people are complaining that there's not enough zombies. Well, we're still getting acclimated to the situation. We can't just jump in having tons of zombies running around. And, you know, on The Walking Dead, it's gotten to a point now where we're not even surprised or bothered by the appearance of zombies. You know, they become so commonplace to the point that we expect them at every turn. You know, and what Fear the Walking Dead is doing is it's giving us back that sense of fear and dread and anticipation. Reducing the number of zombies helps us feel like we're on edge, because they could be around any corner, but oftentimes they're not. It's like comparing the movie Alien to the movie Aliens. While I like Aliens more, Alien had more of a creep factor due to the fact that there was only one monster versus hundreds of them. So the infrequency of its appearance made its appearance so much creepier and so much scarier. That really makes the difference here. Overall, I thought the episode was cool. I'm not 100% sold just yet on loving it, but I'm still interested in watching. You know, and even though none of the characters have really changed my opinion as far as not liking them, but that's okay. Again, we're still building. The show is still moving pretty slowly, but I expect that it's going to take at least 4 or 5 episodes for the show to really get into the nitty-gritty. You know what I mean? The apocalypse has just happened, and what we're seeing now is how the world is reacting. And I like that they're giving a relatively realistic view of what would happen if events like this did take place. The riots, the looting, the foolishness, you know, uncertainty and confusion that breeds anger a lot of times, and some people are just opportunists and they just want an excuse to act like a fool. But I think what they're showing with the people freaking out and running around breaking things, that is realistic. That is probably what would happen if the world started to break down. Your mental state starts to break down and you start freaking out and you're like, well, what else can I do but act out? At any rate, we are now watching the end of the world, and this is hopefully going to get very interesting. Most shows and movies just kind of skip over the whole genesis of how the world ends in favor for the more juicy and beefy part of the story, which is how the people survive and how they then interact with each other. But I think it's cool that we're now seeing how the story starts. We're still seeing how everything is going down. And you know, I just have to get prepared for how slowly things are gonna move in typical Walking Dead fashion. In this episode, people are now starting to take the situation seriously, and they're now starting to realize that the world is ending. So now what we get to do is see just how well or how poorly they deal with it. So that's it for this edition of You Seen It. Let me know, what did you guys think of this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead? Did you love it? Did you absolutely fucking despise it? Is it moving way too slow for you to get into? Do you fucking hate Alicia? Do you see any validity to the stories of The Walking Dead only killing off black characters? How do you feel about the show in general? Let me know in the comment section down there. You know how we do in these motherfucking streets. Thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I will see you guys next time.